So today we're going to talk about something really, really deep. So we're going to talk about how I had this ex-boyfriend, we're going to call him Foy, who was a sorcerer, who was doing black magic on me, and who was sent to distract me from my path, my alignment, and we were never supposed to be intertwined in the first place. So I know this person for about a while now. Skipped a little story of us meeting at 16, getting serious at 20, partially serious. He gets locked up, goes to jail, gets out about 3-4 years later. Now when he gets out, I'm in a new home, a new place. So what I do is I invite him in my home. I gave the devil invitation into my home without consciously knowing that this guy had some demons on him, possibly could have been possessed, but we'll furthermore continue the story. So, me being my mother nature's energy spirit, being empathetic, having history with this guy, I allow him in my space, my energy, my aura, my temple for the time being. For partial of 2024, for the remaining of 2024, that's when I had allowed him inside of my space, my energy, my aura, thinking that I was saving someone, thinking that I'm pushing him up to ascend more, because I know that jail physically is like a purgatory, and I know that when you're in jail and you're facilitated in the walls, you can spirits can latch onto you, negative spirits, all different types of energies can latch onto you. You need someone divine, a divine in him. Fast forward, I'm doing wifey things without a ring. I allow this man in my house. Months go by, his demons start to really show. And when I tell you, he did a whole flip. He did a whole switcheroo. He was in Aries, born on March, but he had some demons still that was attached to him from leaving jail. And not to give him an excuse for his bad behavior, for his actions of what he done in my home, but it's the simple fact is that he had some demons within himself before he came in jail and after he came in jail. Because something deeper and really eerie is the simple fact is that his biological mother was harmed by someone in his family who made him, had dealings with making him. So she's no longer here anymore, but he got some form of money from that situation, but it don't seem as though it really bothered him spiritually to where he wants to connect with that person who's no longer here for him. It just kind of seems like he's using the leftovers that he got from that situation to attract other divine feminine women who he can feed off of and use their energy to captivate, keep controlled, and literally destroy, designate. That's the word I'm looking for. To designate their spirits, to feed off the demons within inside himself needs to feed. I was literally the most utmost respectful woman in this relationship, the most honest, and overall I got my ways, my crazy ways you can say, but even my crazy ways, even the dreams I was having were true. So my spirit was warning me about this guy beforehand, but I kept giving excuses. Oh, this happened with his mom. Oh, he has demons attached to him. All those when you love someone, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but then you don't realize that you're destroying your nerve systems. You're messing up your flow, way of life by just continuing to ignore the signs that's right in front of your face. And they were right in front of my face, but it took time after time after time. It took him going to jail, to go back into jail, to come out, and all of this other stuff, for him to post up another victim who she will soon see. And she will come to this video and see this video, because I know that he will be talking about me in a very bad light. But then when you start getting that little conscious thought, is this guy really who he say he is? Is he really a demon in disguise? Do he really love me? The mask falls. He stopped mirroring you. Because that's what he does to capture his victims. He mirrors you. He studies you. He sits back and thinks what you'll like, what you don't like, what's your insecurities, what's not your insecurities. He studied me while he was in my apartment, watching me sleep. Don't know what he was doing amongst while I was asleep. when I went to work. Don't know what he was doing in my house, the energy she was bringing forth to my house, what he possibly could have been doing to me in that home. But I had to deal with nonstop chaos from his family and from him, because his family didn't want him to have access to this current money that he has access to now. So it was a whole rest of the remaining 2024 trying to receive that money. Everything revolved around him. It was not much really things going about me. Mind you, I'm an artist. I make music. I'm really indulged with creativity. But with that, I had to keep that doormatted just to keep his ego uplifted. And that goes to the last video I posted about trying to keep your talents, your energy doormatted, just to make someone feel comfortable when you should be able to express yourself freely in the way that you want to, without the need to feel like you have to lower yourself just to make someone feel comfortable. And that's how I felt. Now, he'll tell the world that I'm the one that's crazy, just like the last previous ex that he had. Oh, she's crazy. I didn't hit her. She did it to herself. She got into an accident. But little dude, he know. Last year, August of the summer 2024, I contacted this girl and I had her send me a whole 27-minute voice note on how this guy has demons. This guy is not who he say he is. This guy is a masked and possibly could be possessed. He possibly could not have access to his body. He possibly could not know consciously what he's doing, or he's very aware of what he's doing. He doesn't care. He likes to play around in the underground and tamper with hearts and karmic energies, and he likes to extract energy from divine feminine women, which it feels like he was sent to do that. It feels like someone sent him to come do that into my life, not knowing who he's messing with. He doesn't even know who he was laying in the bed with, who he once had contact with, who soul he once merged with. You don't even know the possibilities of what you possibly could have done. And I don't wish death or karmic on anyone, but my spirit guides, my ancestors, they don't play about me. And I'm pretty sure the previous ancestors of the last one he was with didn't play about her, and that's how he ended up in jail. That's where all of this stuff happened. But he played the role as an innocent, the boy who cried wolf. Literally, the boy who cried wolf. He cried wolf so much, he got me to believe him, got me to think that he's so sweet. I took him out of jail, made an affidavit for him so he can come home, released him, told his family that I'm here to protect him, and telepathically, without telling them, without my mouth, I was telling them telepathically, hey, you don't gotta worry about this. I'm here to save him. You know, putting on my cap and gown to go save this guy, not knowing that he was showing me a mask the whole entire time, and he was waiting on getting his money so that he can really show his mask without needing a place or somewhere to rest his head. Now he has the money to do as so what he truly desires, because you know, money and liquor brings out the true essence of a person. Someone talks to you and they're drinking liquor, they might tell you some real stuff. Listen to it. Listen. Okay? Someone who got the money, you never really had that much amount in your life before. What are you willing to do? What are you going to do? And that's the case in this situation. Because at the end of the day, he got his money, he got his essence. He doesn't honor, he doesn't go to where? He doesn't honor this person he's using the money for. He's too busy indulging with the family who, and it gets deeper and deeper with the situation. But I let this guy in my home. I let him into this home, and that was a bad idea. But it took pain, it took strength to really walk away. It took everything within my fiber to walk away, because he was doing witchcraft on me. When I was sleeping, whispering in my ear, chanting things, doing spell work, he would claim to be a diehard Christian. Oh, I'm so Christian, I'm so this, I'm so that. Well, why do you indulge in voodoo? Why do you talk about this? Why do you listen to certain music of such nature? Julio Fulio, my mama do voodoo. Okay, now I'm playing with that woo. We just chopped the head off a goose. Plays that song consistently like it's no ever before. But you're this diehard Christian. No, you're not this diehard Christian. And I think his family and everything, his bloodline is some form of curse. And I believe that's why I could not spiritually bring forth a being into this reality within my womb, because it was something wrong with his bloodline that wasn't aligning with my bloodline. And my bloodline was literally physically saying, no, we cannot do this. We cannot merge with this specific specimen, because this specimen is tainted, is compromised soul, which is creating a compromised child within my womb if I was to bring forth this child into this reality. Now, there's signs that you shouldn't be messing with a person. When you have intercourse with them, you feel some sort of pain underneath your womb, the layers. You start to feel really drained after having intercourse with them. They're sitting here draining you of your energy. You want to go to sleep. You don't got energy to do nothing else. No energy to work on the things you want to work on. Late night, you get that strength. You want to, chase that bag. You want to get that to that bag. You want to get to that money, but you don't even got the strength, the energy to really go do that, because after you had intercourse with that person, they just drained you out of everything. Now you're seeing them get blessings, get cars, get their family and relationships are getting better while yours is declining. Your family relationships are getting bad. You're losing out on things. You're losing jobs. You're not yourself anymore. You're anxious. When you go outside into reality, into the world, you don't feel the same. I'm an artist. Why should I feel as though when I go out in the world, I don't feel whole? Because something was taken from me, and that exchange and that ritualistic. His ritual was completely bring the narcotics, bring the alcohol, and then extract. And that was his plan. He plays the sweet little boy who cried wolf to get in your essence and to dive deep into that. And then when you get so comfortable thinking that you're safe, that is when he will switch on you. It could be months later, a year later, a couple years later, shoot, maybe even a day, but you wouldn't even believe the switch up because of how fast it was and how fast he really know how to take that mask off, put it back on, take it off, put it back on. Because no divine man is going to sit here and come into a divine brown energies temple and cause chaos and chaoticness. And then when he finally gets what he wants out of that exchange, still try to tether with your energy, but along playing with other women energies. So you wonder why you're feeling so much energies, so much sensitivity, is because that specific man is merging with other women behind your back, building other connections behind your back, showing different faces behind your back, putting his hands on you, abusing you, when he's the one that's playing the game of chess behind your back. You don't know what's going on. You're wondering why you're getting abused, why he doesn't believe that you are actually the divine woman who was sent here to heal him, to allow him to rise, to bring him out of that cursed bloodline. But instead, he fought it again in this lifetime, destroyed what he tried to destroy the goodness and purity that I did still have left within me, to then use it upon another woman, to act like that was his light, basically putting up a mask so you won't see who he truly is. You get it? This is some real deal stuff. Watch who you lay with, watch who you bring in your home, watch who you merge with, watch who tells you they love you without showing complete actions on that love. Because love does not mean this person hits you, harms you, breaks you down into whole, into pieces. You were whole, he broke you down into pieces, and then watched you suffered, and then said it was all your fault. Told his family, the courts, it's all you. Every woman that complains about this guy, it's all them. It's never him, because there's no accountability with a narcissist, and especially a narcissist on his behalf. You better run for the hills, baby. You better run for the hills. And it took me a year and some change. No, years actually, because I've awakened. During my 24 essence of time in this realm, I have ascended, and I'm still ascending. But it took me a while to really see through his facade, because I didn't want to really come to terms with this is actually who I'm laying with, because I'm laying with the enemy. I'm laying with one of the devil's serpents. Not his serpents, but one of the devil's assistants. One of the devil's, telling you. I'm telling you. Not knowing that I'm the real Serpentina. You better watch out divinely who you're messing with. Because I don't need to do curses, hexes for you to get what's coming for you. It happens naturally because my ancestors don't play about me. And I tried to save you and warn you from what's coming for you. But you didn't want to take my warnings. And you cannot make a horse drink. If you don't want to drink this water and feed and get fed, and you plenty of times God is telling you, stop doing this to my baby. Stop doing this. Walk away if you don't truly love her. But you allow the game to continue to go on so you can feed, get what you want, live a false reality, trick the minds of a woman because you feel some type of power when you see a divine woman and her weakness. Sickening. And I always said you will reap what you sow, and that is the biggest thing that people take for granted. They don't really think that they're gonna reap what they sow. No matter, even if you got money or whatever, it doesn't stop you from karmic debt that you gotta pay for. I'm telling you. So yes, babies, please watch who you allow in your frequency, who you allow to merge with. And if they show you a few red flags, maybe the first red flag, baby, run. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time, your energy, because a lot of people don't come back from this. Some people end up dead dealing with partners of this nature, archetypes of men of masculinity of this nature. They end up dead because if you can't have me, no one can. But this one, no, he doesn't do that. Oh, he does. He will harm a woman if necessary, and I know his family will cover it up for him because they've been doing that for eons, including starting with his father, going back from bloodlines, covering up for bruised, hurt, masculine men who feeds off the divineness of a divine woman instead of merging with her and learning the truths about oneself. You decide to choose chaos in that matter. And I'm gonna leave you guys off with that because this was a deep message that I had to get off of my chest to honestly warn fellow women, younger women, older women of all kinds, men, because there's women of this nature too, of archetypes, Jezebels, all different types of energies of spirits. I had to warn you guys that it is real. Black magic is real. Witchcraft is real. If you feel some type of pain in your stomach after having intercourse with someone and you already been feeling this eerie feeling about them that they are not who they say they are, trust that because they are doing witchcraft and black magic upon you. This one was doing black magic upon me. For the rest of the remaining 6 months of him being in my home, I was in a daze and a trance until I awakened. Once he got locked up back again, I was able to sit there with the void. I've awakened to the truth, and I'm still awakening to the truth. So this is a fair warning for my young girls. And this is a fair warning for anyone who gets that gut feeling that someone isn't right. This video was called upon you to see that you are not crazy, you are not tripping. Your ADD's not acting up. Oh, you're not getting paranoid. Oh, no, you're correct. You are right, mama. Thank you, mamas. I'll see you guys in the next one. I appreciate you guys for listening. Please take heed of my warnings. Grace, blessings, peace to you, all of you guys.